Hello, everybody. Zach Attack is here with my TNA Impact Wrestling review for November 10th, 2011. Now, as I mentioned, I did not watch last week's Impact because I was at an Impact house show, and I think the house show did a little better than tonight's show. Tonight's show heading into Turning Point, go home show before Turning Point. Okay, you had a lot of matches, at least 4 or 5 matches, but you had like a no contest and kind of a squash, which is no surprise since James Storm is really injured. So I kind of gave the ending, but who cares? Let's kick it off with the opening segment, which was your new TNA World Champion, Bobby Roode, coming out. Of course, he beat Storm last week with a little cheating, using Storm's own beer bottle, and apparently turning heel in the process, officially picking up beer money. Roode came out doing his usual heel spiel about how I'm the champ and you're only just a bunch of rednecks and yada yada. You know, things to say to get the fans on you, get the heat. So then Storm comes out. Security trying to hold him back, and Storm wants a piece of Roode. He did. And Sting's like, Roode, you have to defend your title tonight against Storm. Storm gets his rematch tonight. But later on in the show, it was seen that James Storm got attacked backstage. We didn't know who attacked him. We assumed it is Roode. But Storm was laid out. Doctors advised him not to wrestle. What would happen in the main event? Soon you'll find out what happened between Storm and Roode. Did the match happen? Was Storm able to come out? I'll say it in a minute. So after that, we had our first match, which was... What was the first match of the night? Oh, it was... no, that was the second match. That was the second match. What was the first match? I forgot totally. It was, no, that was like later on in the night. I know what the second match was. Oh, it was the Pope and Crimson. Yeah, it was the Pope D'Angelo Nero versus Crimson. Nice to see Pope back, but it sucked. He went from headlining Lockdown, being a Lockdown main event against AJ Styles, to being pummeled, to being a Mick on him, and losing to a guy like Crimson, who's undefeated. And then Crimson's okay, but like I said, he's just a big muscle-bound guy. He's supposed to take on Matt Morgan. Speaking of a guy who was pushed very hard by TNA, now is about to get squashed by Crimson. Sorry, Matt. You're probably going to lose to Crimson this Sunday. So it was a decent, okay match, kind of a quick matchup, though. Crimson got the victory with the powerbomb to win it. And Crimson's still undefeated, and I predict that Morgan will lose this Sunday. Like I said, Matt and Pope were in the same place. They were both getting big pushes by TNA. They were both main eventing pay-per-views. They go from that to literally getting their asses beat by a guy like Crimson. That's what I'm guessing for Morgan this Sunday. Speaking of another guy got squashed by Crimson, same thing for Samoa Joe. You know, they're giving Crimson this big push, and some people say he doesn't deserve it. So we'll see what happens with Crimson this Sunday. Our second match wasn't even a match. It was Garrett Bischoff getting punished by his daddy, taking on Gunner from Immortal. This match was even like 2 minutes long. It was like they got in, Garrett did a backdrop on Gunner, got in, and apparently it was like a no contest. It was a disqualification. Got it. It was a blink and miss match. It was like you blink and you miss something. Like I turned around for 1 minute. Next second, the match is over. It's like, what the fuck happened? You know, it's kind of a quick match. It wasn't even a match at all. It's kind of like a fucking segment. So it's kind of like a... You know what I mean? So there you go. Then we had our third match. Well, second official match. Third overall match of the night. Which was Zema Iron taking on Jesse Sorensen. Now, I like Zema. You know, I've always liked him since they had him debut a few months ago, back when they had the Destination X qualifying matches, when they had the Ultimate X match. Like Zema, since he's got a heel thing going on. So we had Jesse against Zema, and seriously, I saw Jesse last week at the Impact House show I told you. Read my review, but see my review. But Jesse didn't bring his football. He didn't wear his jacket either. It was only for television. Anyway, the match, great match. Like I said, exhibition matches are easily very good. Zema did very well. Jesse looked very good out there. Did some high-flying moves. I thought it was a very decent matchup. Maybe not as good as him wrestling Austin Aries, but I'll get to that in a moment. So Zema was going for a high-flying move, but then Jesse caught him and did his little move. And then here comes Austin Aries, the champ, with Kid Cash double teaming on Jesse. Apparently, we have a triple threat match for the Exhibition Championship this Sunday. Austin defends against Kid Cash and Jesse. That's what Austin and Kid need to know. Yes, you can double team, but in the end, it's going to be every man for himself this Sunday. And Jesse looked very good. I saw the TNA house show I mentioned, and Jesse wrestled Austin Aries. Apparently, Jesse pinned Austin Aries last week on television for non-title, yet Austin beat him at the house show for the title. And Jesse looked very good when I saw him wrestle Austin at the house show. So, but we'll see what happens this Sunday if Jesse does get to beat Austin for real at the pay-per-view for the title. But we're up against Kid Cash too. So there you go. Jesse wins over Zema Ion. I call him Eon. It's Ion. Sorry. Next match was the TNA Knockouts Tag Titles. That's the champs. The new champs, Gail Kim and Madison Wayne, or as I like to call them, Karen's Bitches, taking on the current Knockouts champion, Velvet Sky, who will take on Gail Kim this Sunday for the pay-per-view for the title at Tony Point, teaming up with former Knockouts champion, Mickey James. This is, like I said, Knockouts matches are a little bit better than WWE's matches. Knockouts matches are better than Divas matches. And is it just me? This Earl Hebner get to wrestle the Knockouts matches. The only reason why Earl Hebner wrestles referees in Knockouts matches is because he wants to kiss one of them. So I told you in my review, he kissed ODB in their match. In her match against Velvet. But watch that review, totally. But the match was decent. Gail Kim got a little shot in on Velvet. They got the moves, and the referee got distracted. And Karen Jarrett got a little leverage in there, got a little distraction going on for Velvet, which gave Gail Kim and Madison the victory, retaining the titles and sending a message to Velvet for this Sunday as Gail, of course, takes on Velvet for the title. Gail's move's kind of weird. This foot thing, this foot kick move. It's kind of weird, but it's cool. Eat the feet. It's kind of a cool name for it because you really eat a foot in this finisher. And I'm glad Gail's back in TNA. I hope TNA uses her properly. I hope TNA gives her better opportunities than WWE did. Like Gail Kim was losing to people like the Bella Twins and Kelly, not giving Gail a chance. Well, they punish people who come back from TNA to WWE again, unless your name's Jeff Hardy or Christian. Is that weird that Jeff Hardy and Christian both left WWE, then went to TNA, then came back to WWE and they won the world titles? Gail Kim left WWE, went to TNA, then left TNA to go back to WWE, yet she didn't get a chance for the Divas title. I don't know why that happened. So that's that. They had a match which was like the silliest match of the night. Robbie E and Robbie Terry taking on Waddy and Eric Young. Stinkeroo. Oh god, this match was terrible. This match is terrible. Waddy came, he did like 2 moves, and that was it, giving Eric the elbow for the victory. Kind of a quick matchup. But Waddy, god, the Jersey Halls show members think they can wrestle. You know, you had Jay Wild getting involved in TNA for a bit. Angelina was involved. Snooki was at WrestleMania. They had Waddy. Waddy's as bad as wrestling. Waddy's One is as bad in wrestling as the situation was on Dancing with the Stars. Seriously. One is as bad of a wrestler as the situation is as a dancer. They're both sticker-rooney. They both received a -0, if you can give them that, because they both sucked. Slago's match was nothing more than a comedy match. Plus, you combine that with guys who can't really wrestle anyway. Because Robbie T's a big muscle-bound doo-doo. And Robbie E's a Jersey Shore wannabe. No, I call him a Zack Ryder wannabe. Robbie E's always been hated since the get-go. And boy, he's just getting his clock cleaned every night, and he deserves it. So there you go, Eric Young and Ronnie get the victory. Kind of a stupid match, though. Because Eric Young's a cuckoo. Everyone knows that. Then we had AJ Styles versus Daniels. Their feud apparently ain't over yet. Because we had AJ losing to Daniels on Impact. Then AJ beat Daniels again at Bound for Glory in an I Quit match, controversial ending. So then we had this match, which was like a regular match, which was a decent match. They put on better matches. I think everyone can say that they put on way better matches in the past. You know, they put on... This is not probably one of the better matches, but it was still a decent match from what I saw of it. Good, okay matchup between these two. They, like I said, even if it's not like one of the best matches, at least they can still put on a decent matchup together. You know, they're both very athletic together. But it was a Styles Clash from AJ that got the victory for AJ over Daniels. And of course, AJ, very upset, of course, about, man, a lot of people have been leaving Fortune lately. You know, Daniels left Fortune. And of course, Bobby Roode turning heel, leaving Fortune as well. So there you go. Fortune's losing as many members as Immortal is. You know, because Immortal lost the biz. I'll get to that in a moment. Then after we had AJ beating Daniels, speaking of Abyss, we had a 6-man tag with Anderson and Hardy in the mystery partner, which turned out to be the Monster Abyss, taking on Steiner, Bully Ray, and Jarrett. And it was odd to me because I saw at the house show Abyss wrestle Mr. Anderson. But there's a shot a couple weeks before Mount Pleasant, so I can understand. They don't want to spoil the rest of Impact. Anyway, the 6-man tag was decent matchup, okay matchup, with Jeff, Jarrett, and Hardy getting a little bit of leverage. Of course, Hardy takes on Jarrett this Sunday, and it was a succession of moves that ended the match. Everyone got to deliver most of their finishers. First, it was Abyss to shock treatment. Then Hardy with the twist of fate. Then we had Anderson mic checking. Steiner went for his move. He was going for a Steiner recliner, but they broke it off. And then the mic check. They already said that. Abyss gave a black hole slam. And then Swanton bomb from Hardy. That got Abyss, Hardy, and I think it was Bully Ray that got the Swanton. So it was Hardy, Abyss, and Anderson who got the victory. Of course, Jarrett and Hardy this Sunday heading towards their match. They got a little competition with each other, so we'll see what happens this Sunday between them two. Then our scheduled main event. James Storm versus Bobby Roode, rematch for the TNA World title. Now, as I mentioned, James Storm was attacked early tonight. He was bloodied, very bloodied, and was told not to come out. So what would happen? Bobby Roode came out. They played James Storm's music. Bobby was waiting. James didn't come out. Oh, I'm the winner. I'm the winner. Yeah, I win by 4 because Storm ain't out here. Then they play his music again. Storm comes out. Storm bleeding all over his face and everything. Because James has got a concussion, so maybe they're whining him out that way. But he ain't getting attacked. So then Roode came down. He basically used the last of his adrenaline to come out and beat the shit out of Roode in a frenzy. And of course, he was draining his energy. It was the last ounce of energy he had because he was losing so much blood. After that House of Fire beating the crap out of Storm, Storm just collapsed because he was losing so much blood. They apparently ended the match because they had the X signal for injury. They had people coming down. But Roode said, hey, did you ring the bell? The referee said, yes, I rang the bell to start the match. but the match is not officially over. And Wood's like, I'll help him out. And then he basically helped Storm get a roll-up pin, mostly a squash match, with Storm losing to Wood, and Wood getting a cheap win, rolling up Storm when he was bloodied and unconscious. That brought out AJ and Kaz to check on Storm, and AJ's like, Wood, you suck now that you're here. AJ said, Storm, my man, can't wrestle, but you know I can. I'm not bloodied. So, Wood, I want you. Sunday. So it's not going to be AJ and Wood for the TNA World title this Sunday. That could be an interesting match, but, you know, Wood's now the heel, the cheating heel, so we'll see if this match will end fair this Sunday for the title. So we got Guy written out with Storm getting a rear injury. He has a concussion, so that's why Storm was written out the way he was, with him getting blooded up. But as a go-home show, before Turning Point, that was okay matches tonight. You know, you had the little squash with Storm and Rude, and the little no contest with Garrett Bischoff, and Dunham. So there you go. We'll see what happens at Turning Point. And that is it. There's my TNA Impact Wrestling review for tonight. I'll see y'all later. Then bye. You've been attacked by the review from Zach. Thank you very much. See you later. Yeah.